In the last episode, we dove into mechanism and we fully automated the production of fissile fuel, and one of our current bottlenecks is currently sulfur dioxide, which in today's episode I'm hoping to solve, but also I'm hoping to set up a very small fission reactor today as well. And in between episodes, I have been busy. I have made the autocraft for the pulverizer. I've actually also dived myself into a thermal expansion add-on mod called Thermal Extra, so we can go ahead and make the stellar integral component parts here, which we want 16 of these bad boys, right? And yeah, we need quite a bit of stuff. We need shulker shells, some more chorus fruit, some dragon's breath, which I think we already have, some clay, which we already have because it has EMC, and some nether stars. But yeah, I have a basic run-of-the-mill sugar farm running right here from last episode or the episode before that, where we were making the unobtainium ingot. And yeah, so this powered spawner right now is running shulker, which is, you know, coming in handy with this mob crusher, which I made in between episodes as well. And we are currently getting shulker shells for our said stellar integral component parts. And also in between episodes, I did kind of move all of my mob farm drops into a, you know, storage system over here, and I also, you know, got that hooked up to our refined storage system as well. So yeah, there's been a lot of progress being made here. So I think today the first thing that we should probably go ahead and start with is probably making some end seeds, and also some, whatchamacallit, some nether star seeds. So end seeds are tier 4, which requires end agglomerate, which we can go ahead and make very simply. And then nether star seeds are going to be probably a little bit more on the tricky side here, because they are tier 6, but needing 4 nether stars, some insanium, and I believe the nether star seed, if I'm not mistaken here, does need a crux to go ahead and grow. Yes, indeed, it does need a crux, which also happens to need nether stars, which also needs the withering soul, which means I have to do a little bit more work here, which isn't too bad. I have 1 withering soul over here, not too bad at all. Also, I do believe I can also speed these farms up. If I'm not mistaken, if we look at the spawner real quick in JEI, and it does say, I believe unobtainium ingots are the ones responsible, yes, for minimum spawn delay. Yes, we're definitely gonna want to go ahead and upgrade all of our spawners now, since now that we have a bunch of unobtainium ingots. Surely this is not a bad idea, right? Me just, you know, spawning a bunch of withers in one area and hoping to God that they don't all escape at the same time, because that would be really bad. But you know what? You only live once. Let's do it. And it seemed to work out just fine, I think. Okay, so with 11 nether stars, I think I can go ahead and make the first nether star seed with, of course, 4 insanium, like so. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 nether stars, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we should have just enough left over to go ahead and make the crux that we need to go ahead and grow this bad boy on the fuel, on the thing that we need. Bam, there we go, the nether star crux, and we actually have a little bit of nether stars left over. And just like that, with the nether star crux on the bottom, this should start to go ahead and grow nether star seeds, just like that. And then what we're going to go ahead and do is come over here, put this bad boy inside of here and here, like so, and we should be pretty much good to go. It is not as simple though. So the nether star seed, unfortunately, yes, it grows nether stars somewhat. So nether star essence actually has to be used to go ahead and make these, whatchamacallit, star shards, and then the star shards then get converted into nether stars, right? So it's a bit of a yeah, a bit of a while. And then I guess the reason why I wanted the end seeds is because I can go ahead and make chorus fruit using the nature essence and end essence to go ahead and build up some chorus fruit, which is really good. And then I guess for clay, well, that's really just simple, just, you know, coming in my EMC table and grabbing a bunch of clay, right? It's literally free, so I'm not going to worry about that too much. So to make this stellar integral components, all we're really waiting for now is just the nether star essence, which is not that bad. So while we're waiting for that, we can go ahead and start to plan how we're going to go ahead and use our fission or our fissile fuel. So we're going to go ahead and need to go ahead and make a fission reactor for mechanism, which I believe requires like fission casings or something, which requires us to go ahead and do the lead and steel casings. That's not terrible. The fission reactor ports, again, not that bad at all. And then the logic adapters, I don't think we need. And then the fissile fuel assemblies don't look too bad at all either. We're probably going to want some sort of structural glass as well, so that shouldn't be that bad at all, as long as I can figure out how to spell it. There we go. Structural glass is relatively easy to make, and bam, bam, and boom, we should be on our way to go ahead and build ourselves a very basic, you know, run-of-the-mill reactor here. Let's go ahead and do, I guess, a few stacks of structural glass. That shouldn't be too bad at all. And then we should go ahead and make ourselves some fission casings. Again, probably like 1,000 will do us just fine. And then let's go ahead and make 10 of those, and then however many fission assembly rods we're gonna need. Let's do like 324 or something, and then that should be good. Okay, so I should be able to go ahead and grab myself our mechanism fission stuff. So fission, we're gonna need our fission control. There we go. Some of this, and then give us some structural glass here. I think for the start, I'm gonna go ahead and do a basic run-of-the-mill 5x5, like so. It shouldn't be terrible. And then what we'll do is 5 by like 16 high or something. So what we'll do is something like this, and then do like the fission fuel assemblies. I feel like I'm missing something though. There's definitely something I'm missing here from the fission reactor. I feel like I'm missing like one of the control assemblies or something, right? Yeah, the control rod assemblies, I believe that these go on the top of the reactor or something like that. Okay, so I've built this up to be a 13 tall reactor like so, and it should be relatively easy from this point. All you gotta really do is outline this entire reactor like so, and then also make sure to go ahead and make sure that I leave at least a 1 block gap on top like this. That way I can go ahead and get the fission rod assemblies inside of this bad boy. Now, I'm not entirely sure if they have to be in or outside, but we will find out very soon if they have to go inside or not. I'm gonna go ahead and just make 5 for now. That should do us plenty for what we're trying to do. I'm pretty sure that they actually have to go on the inside. This isn't like extreme reactors, unfortunately, but you know what? We're gonna give it a shot. So there we go. And then let's go ahead and get our control assembly rods inside of the middle here like so, and that should be relatively simple. And then we put on our fission casings on the top like so, and then let's go ahead and surround the entire outside of this thing with some reactor glass, and then that should be pretty much good for this fission reactor. At least I think it's as good as it's going to be. Right, we do need the reactor ports as well. We can't forget about those, but those will come a little bit after. So if I go ahead and do something like this, I should be able to go ahead and build this guy up nice and tall like so, as long as I have some more of that beautiful structural glass like so. And then we're pretty much good to go, and I think it is good to go once I go ahead and get everything down. I don't know why it decided to only do one side of this, and it didn't form, so that tells me there's something wrong here. Maybe it's just complaining that it's missing its ports or whatever. So let's go ahead and grab ourselves those ports like I said, and it should have formed, right? Or am I crazy? Aha, it is not working because we need the reactor glass, which is interesting. So I have to go ahead and tear all this glass down now, but that shouldn't be too bad. And we're gonna have to go make the reactor glass. Okay, so with the reactor glass crafted, I should now be able to go ahead and do something like this. Now, I did make sure that all sides are symmetry just for looks, honestly, and then I should just be able to go ahead and do something like this very quickly and build up this reactor like so. Did it do all the sides? It did, and it looks like it formed. Beautiful. Good, 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 good. Okay, so what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to take our configurator and we're going to go ahead and configure the reactor like so. So I'm going to go ahead and have you be the side in which we have the, let's see, input only, I guess, for the fissile fuel. So if I come over here, do I want to use that or do I want to use entanglement? I might actually use entanglement here. Actually, no. We're actually going to do this a little bit cool. So I'm going to take my entangle block again, like this. And then I'm going to go ahead and entangle the tank. Of course I am. And I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then I'm going to go ahead and set the top to be output like so. And then I believe this is a gas. So what we'll do is get some basic pressurized tubes, because, you know, pressurized tubes. Do I want the basic? You know what? Let's go for the ultimate, because why the heck not? It's only one tube, so it's not gonna be too bad. Okay, I know this is gonna look really funny, but I should be able to take this and start to pull out all the fissile fuel and put it into our reactor like so. Now we are gonna need some coolant. Now I have a bit of an idea, and I saw this from another streamer named Giant Waffle in his chat. They mentioned that integrated dynamics can go ahead and do some really cool stuff if we go ahead and use the fluid interface, if we want to go ahead and transfer out large amounts of water very quickly. And I think we can go ahead and do this relatively simply if we just get some of this mineral stuff, which I might be able to do. Mineral resin comes from exactly what? Squeezing mineral logs. Now, can I make the automatic squeezer, or is that going to be too much? Oh, okay, so I should be able to come over here and put the logic cable here, and I believe all I need to do is put the fluid interface here and here, and then I believe I got to... Is that not how this works? I don't think so. Right, there is an intermediate part that I need. Right, I need the fluid importer of some kind, or is it the exporter? I don't remember if it's the importer or exporter. Okay, so I have to try and remember exactly how this works. I believe it's the exporter, and if I tell it to go ahead and export all the fluids once I go ahead and get the variable card. I can't believe this. My inventory is actually a mess right now. Variable card, one variable card, export all fluids. This should start to fill. No. Okay, so is it the importer? I believe it's the importer that might be required here. So if I go ahead and just switch this out for a importer, fluid importer, I need a sticky piston. Of course I need a sticky piston. Okay, so let's try this again. Fluid importer, import all fluids, and there you go. You are going crazy. So now I gotta go here and then make sure the transfer rate is set to the max limit that it can technically go. So there you go, basically infinite. And then I should now be able to say, okay, burn 50 millibuckets a tick and go. And would you look at that, we are burning 50 millibuckets a tick of fissile fuel for free, essentially, and it's fine. But we're gonna go ahead and hit scram on that because we have nowhere for the steam to go right now currently. For right now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go ahead and get an ultimate trash can so I can go ahead and trash the steam, because we have nowhere else to put it right now, and yeah, that's not ideal. So we do want it to be, you know, we do want it to go somewhere, and we don't really have a spot for it to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and just trash it for now. We will end up using it at some point, but right now I guess I could technically go and build the turbine or whatever it's called for the reactor, but that's gonna take like a whole like 50 things that we need to do first before we can even think about, you know, using that to our advantage. So I think it's probably just safer for now to go ahead and just trash all of the steam that we're producing from said reactor. And that's fine, right? It's not like we need the power right now anyway, but yeah, it's really unfortunate. So if I go ahead and do, I believe over here on this side, I go ahead and use some ultimate mechanical pipes. I don't know if I have the mechanical pipes actually. The ultimate mechanical pipes, I don't have them. So I think what I can do, again, with the import fluid or whatever, I should be able to just say, hey, take this with a fluid interface like so, and then just dump it into this trash can as fast as you humanly possibly can. And then that should be pretty much all we need to do, right? If I come here and again, just do this and then make sure you have a variable card on you. So variable card. Now, if we're not careful, we can't irradiate our base. So that is a, side effect that we do got to be very careful of. Transfer rate, make sure it's, set to unlimited like so. And then hopefully that should start to import the import it into the trash can as soon as I hit activate. That doesn't look like to be the case. I am not seeing that coolant go anywhere. You know why? I just realized it's not a freaking fluid, Hunter. It is a freaking gas, you nimpcoot. It's a freaking gas, damn it. Steam is not liquid. It's gas. There we go. And that seems to be dumping it, and into the trash can it goes. So that's very weird. And if I go ahead and do this, we are perfectly dumping it into the trash can. Would you look at that? And the thing is processing all the fissile fuel. I don't think we're creating enough fissile fuel. Yeah, we're not creating enough fissile fuel currently to go ahead and run this reactor full time. We're only creating 2 millibuckets a tick, which means I can probably go ahead and say, hey, I can burn out at 1 millibucket per tick and still get a net gain, correct? If I look over here in this pipe right here, yes, I'm getting a net gain on fissile fuel because I'm, again, enough of this sulfur dioxide to go ahead and, run this full time. In other news, do we have enough to go ahead and craft our... We do, and beautiful. And now we just sit and wait for this to all craft up the things that we need. I'm really hoping that this doesn't get, clogged up. I should really make sure that this is in redstone pulse. Ignore, I'm not really entirely sure here. But also, where is my pulverizer? Because I can go ahead and grab the upgrades out of that bad boy and then throw it in that induction smelter and we should be good. Okay, so what we're gonna go ahead and do is set up a stack of pulverizers like so, stacking all the way up like so. What we're gonna go ahead and do is get ourselves some universal ultimate pipes here, cables rather, and then let's go ahead and run this cable up like so. What we're gonna go ahead and do is get a interface with the sulfur right here on this side. So interface, we're gonna need 2 interfaces. One is gonna carry the sulfur that we need, and the other one is gonna carry the upgrades that we need. So the stack and 3 speeds like so, and then these are basically gonna just dump into said interfaces. Okay, so we should be pretty much good to go. All we gotta do is make sure that this has the sulfur that it needs. Now we are gonna go ahead and put the stellar upgrades in there. Don't forget, once they go ahead and finish crafting, right, we'll go ahead and get a bunch of this like so, and then that's gonna go ahead and get crafted, or that's gonna go ahead and get imported once I go ahead and get a cable. Oh wow, there's actually a cable relatively close. I was not expecting that. Bam, 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 and bam, like so. And then that should start to go ahead and make all the things that we need. Let me go ahead and shrink myself if I can. I can't, so I'll just go this way, I guess, for now. And then that's now making all the things. You know what? I'm probably gonna need to make some of the upgrades. And then, yeah, we're still waiting on these, though. These are gonna take quite a bit of time. So while I'm waiting for those upgrades to craft, I'm going ahead and putting in these linkage amplifiers. Now I can craft the upgraded ones if I want, but for now, this is gonna have to do for now. These non-upgraded ones will have to do for now, but at least they're getting upgraded, right? That's the main thing, right? Okay. So our stellar integral components are done. This is the processing speed of the machine now, and with it, oh boy, how much power does it use? almost 1,000 RF a tick. Oh my god, that is so freaking fast. That's actually ridiculous. I actually might process all of my sulfur by the time this is done. Oh, this is backed up. Uh-oh. Okay, there we go. I was a bit concerned there. Oh my god, that actually got, wait a minute, this can't keep up. This actually can't keep up with how fast this is. Right, so there's a way to fix that, and it's gonna require me to basically take this and basically replicate this all the way up the chain. Okay, so I am gonna go ahead and grab a cable really fast, and I'm gonna connect these bad boys, and we're just gonna watch this flood with a bunch of sulfur. Once I go ahead and toggle all of these on really fast, oh boy, here we go. I don't think one interface with a stack upgrade is going to be able to keep up with the amount of sulfur coming flying through this system. It looks like it's actually relatively keeping up. Now, how is our sulfur count doing? Because, well, I don't think we're gonna be able to keep up with this. Yeah, look at how fast our sulfur is going down. We're gonna be out of sulfur within, you know, I don't know, a while. It might take like a few hours, but we'll definitely be out of sulfur for sure. Now, I can definitely make more of this if I need to, but I think this is gonna do just fine for now. The fissile fuel is coming in nice and quick at a whopping 2 millibuckets a tick, which is funny because I don't have speed upgrades in the thing. Well, that's interesting because I thought I put speed upgrades in there, but I guess I didn't. Let's go ahead and pop in the freaking speed upgrades to this thing and hope that yeah, does this thing not accept speed upgrades? Oh no, it totally does. And we are currently making how much fissile fuel a tick? Is it still really only 2 fissile fuel a tick? There's no shot that it's only 2 fissile fuel a tick. Wow. For now, I think this is a really good place to go ahead and wrap up today's episode of All the Mods 9 to the Sky. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna leave it till next time where we're gonna be posting more gaming videos. Bye bye.
Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to live this out. We got this far, don't know how.